Guilt. Feeling guilty. It eats you. It keeps you up at night. It makes you replay conversations, rethink decisions, and beat yourself up over things you can't change. And here's the truth. Most of you watching are letting this guilt control your life in ways you don't even realize. You made a mistake. Maybe you failed the client. Maybe you let your team down. Or maybe you didn't show up as the leader you know you should be. And now you're stuck in a loop, punishing yourself. But I'm here to tell you the harsh reality. Guilt changes nothing. It doesn't fix the past. It doesn't improve the future. It just keeps you weak. And today, let's see if we're going to fix that.
Look, you want me to fix the part of you that makes money, but it is attached to the rest, so this is going to take a little while.
Everyone needs a coach.
Eric has this management coach. Also coaches Steve Jobs.
That's a coach.
Yeah, definitely a coach.
Is a performance coach.
It's just money. It's made up.
Are you coachable?
Good question.
I used to struggle with this. There was a time when I made a decision in my business that backfired horribly. I hired the wrong person. Someone I trust. And when they made a mistake that cost us a big client, I took the blame. I felt responsible. I kept thinking that I should have seen this coming. I should have been smarter. I should have done more. And what did that guilt do? It didn't make me a better leader. It didn't bring the client back. It just drained my energy, made me hesitate on future decisions, and turned me into my own worst enemy. And I think that's exactly what it's doing to you right now. Here's the truth. Guilt is a form of self-importance. You think you should have been perfect. You think you should have known better. You think you should have never failed. But you failed. What does Marcus Aurelius say? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The past is outside of your control. Other people's reactions, outside of your control. The only thing you can control is your response, right now, in this moment. So, the question is, are you going to keep living in the past? A past that no longer exists? Or are you going to use this moment, this exact moment, to move forward? So, stop worshiping your past. Most people treat their mistakes like sacred objects. They hold on them, replay them, analyze, analyze endlessly. But Epictetus was clear. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. This brings to my mind a client, a CEO, who made a bad investment that cost his company a lot of money. And he kept saying, I should have seen it coming. He was repeating that phrase. I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming. He was repeating it obsessively. And then I told him, okay, but did you? No. So, now what? Now. Here and now. Hic et nunc in Latin, as a Roman would think. We worked together until the moment he realized he was obsessing over a fantasy version of himself. Think about it if you're doing the same. Are you obsessing over a fantasy version of yourself? One that never makes mistakes? In his case, after this realization, he could finally move forward. And so can you. Then I want you to separate the regret from responsibility. There's a difference between guilt and accountability. Guilt is emotional self-punishment. Responsibility is action. Seneca said, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Your mistakes, they are friction. They shape you. They shape you, but only if you stop wallowing in them and start applying what you've learned. So, decide what you owe and what you don't. Most people feel guilty because they think they owe everyone something. But what do you really owe? If you have wronged someone, you owe them an apology or a correction, but you don't owe them eternal self-punishment. A few years ago, I made a tough call on a project that hurt some people financially. I took responsibility. I made amends where I could. But I didn't carry that guilt forever because I knew my intentions were right. I knew I was doing the right thing to do. It was a hard decision. It was a hard call, but it was the right one. And that's the key. That is the key for you as well. Consider that. Finally, use the what if you were someone else test. If your best friend came to you with the same guilt you are feeling now, would you tell them to suffer forever? Or would you tell them to take responsibility, learn, and move on? Now, treat yourself with the same logic you'd use for someone else. because emotion clouds judgment. Then use reason instead. Finally, turn guilt into a commitment. The best way to kill guilt is replace it with a plan. If you are feeling guilty because you didn't show up as the leader you should be, then set a standard for yourself moving forward. If you fail someone, decide exactly what you will do differently next time. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste time on guilt. He focused on improvement. He said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. You feel guilty? Good. That means you care. Now, use it. Use it. Look, guilt is only useful if it drives change. But if you're just sitting in it, replaying mistakes, beating yourself up, then you're stuck. And being stuck means you're not growing. So, if you want to stop living in the past and start making powerful decisions without the weight of guilt holding you back, there is a link somewhere in the description. We can talk and see if you're a good fit to work on yourself using the practice of Stoicism. And if you're not ready for that, no problem. Connect with me on LinkedIn and I'll keep you on track for free. I will post strategies, insights, and video like this one. But what I want you to do now is take action. Move forward and don't let guilt own you. Live long and prosper.
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 So, live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. Whatever.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Captain, live long and prosper.
Long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, Max.
Hey, live long and prosper, mother.
You were right, Will.
Live long and prosper, Jack.
My plan is to live long and prosper, you know what I mean? To make little baby deeks, little ninja assassins with fantastic hair.
Live long and prosper.
Well, 𝗪𝗫 live long and prosper.
To the Potter B&B, may it live long and prosper.
Indeed, yeah.
May all your future gazebos live long and prosper.
Please leave.
Live long and prosper.
Oh, just go.
I'm going. Live long and prosper, Sheldon.
I was so intrigued with that gesture, and I suggested that we do that as Vulcans. Within days after that episode was on the air, I started getting that gesture back on the streets.